Hello, good evening. Welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 2, St Johnstone 0, and a comfortable night at Ibrox. Join myself, Hawkshire, back in the show. Is GB. How you doing, GB? Thoughts?
Thoughts on the game, Ox? I was saying pre-match, basically it was a controlled performance, mate. It was dominant throughout. The first goal was coming. Again, chance after chance after chance. Very, very hard to break down two busloads of players sitting in a box. Going into the second half, again, great start. Kent's goal gets us flying into the 2-0. And then we kind of just see at the game. Probably was hoping for more, Ox, to be honest, but
after we go to the second goal, some people would say we just played the game out and controlled it smart. We've got 4 games coming, big games coming, and you've got to conserve your energy. But I know what you're saying. Other people would say that we stopped playing, yeah?
Yeah, especially with being so dominant with the chances and stuff like that. But I suppose maybe they wanted to draw them out because it must be absolutely mind-numbing constantly having to break down 2 banks of 5 all the time. You know what I mean?
I don't think, for the first hour, I thought we were excellent. I thought some of our football was exquisite. Some of the movement, some of the passing and keeping us going, the recycling the ball with Gran Camara, I thought was superb. I thought the back 4 were a big part of the team. And Joe Arribo, Ryan Kent, just worth the admission money. There was no failures with our team. Hadji at time, nice passes, looking up, trying to get his head up, showing a wee bit of desire and pace at times. Alfredo Morelos should have scored and gets the first goal and then sets up the second for Kent in a fantastic move. But I think I actually agreed that I thought I would have gave it to Joe Arribo, and I'll tell you why, mate. See that one he pulled out the sky? It was just unbelievable, mate.
See when he heard the crowd just clap and stuff like that, you knew that he'd done a worldly. I mean, even the St Johnstone's players must have been stunning in awe with how he dropped that down. But even in the first half, Fox, see that shot he hit and it just rifled off the bar. I mean, an inch either way.
Never moved, did he? He was moving. He was unlucky with that. We should have scored more goals. That would be only criticism, GB.
Yeah, aye. The team with the amount of chances that they're creating now should be bulldozing teams. But I do understand what this is. No point burning ourselves out. It's horses for courses. Get the result, move on to the next game, and that's what the manager's been saying. Just one game at a time.
Aye, okay. It keeps going under Gio. 7 games, 6 wins, 1 draw, 5 games in the league, 5 victories. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and some of the football, I've got to say, some of the guys, the passing and the movement for Kent, Arribo, Kamara, Scotty Arfield, Morelos is involved. Barner and Tav were involved at times as well. You know, obviously weren't as influential as they would have been in the forward areas before, but we seem to be playing with a swagger, GB.
The full team has been rejuvenated, mate, I feel. Touched on it again pre-match. Basically, Scotty Arfield seems to have got new energy about him. Guy was practically frozen out of the team. Ryan Kent getting played basically in his proper position. He's getting the chances, he's getting a lot of space to show his talents. Joe Arribo, now in that position in midfield for us running forward, is probably the position that he'll probably keep for the rest of his life because he's so dangerous.
And what about that Alfredo Morelos? He's not doing too bad, is he?
Yep, I've said that. He's another player that's been rejuvenated under the manager. What he's done or said to him, that's the Alfredo Morelos I recognise. The guy that's pumping the chest, the guy that's gone to his teammates asking them are they all right and stuff like that. Setting up chances for the likes of Kent, showing his muscle, all that. That's the guy that I want to see up front for us. So it's good to see, mate. Good to see him back.
It was a good goal, the second goal, mate. Great move, great awareness, good finish. Everything was good about it, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel throughout the game, Kent did deserve a goal, because the amount of shots he was having on target and stuff like that, it was probably just a matter of time. But again, their keeper just seems to have a blinder sometimes against us. But aye, lovely, 2 lovely goals. I mean, the set piece for the first goal was well taken again with Alfie. He was right on the money, and again the second goal, like you say, is that the passing throughout the full match with Rangers is it's been right on the money. The full team, like I says, have been rejuvenated with the manager.
All right, mate. I think we'll get these phone lines opened if that's all right with you, yeah?
Yeah, let's get them. That's it.
Yeah, all right. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I thought it was a great team performance. McGregor didn't have a lot today. I was a bit, obviously, he dropped one, spilt one. But apart from that, I mean, I don't think there's a lot else today. We kept the ball, we passed the ball, we moved it well, we showed pace, desire to win it back. We would hang back and then we would spring on top of them, force them to make errors. And when we played it was rope-a-dope at times. I get your point, GB, that 8, 9, 10 guys in the box, it's difficult to get a shot in. But I thought we showed patience and quite a bit of skill as well, mate, and eventually run out quite comfortable winners.
Mate, this is that first half. See, for even 7 minutes for Kent's first chance, right up to Alfie's goal, it was constantly like they were trying to weasel their way through that defence. You know what I mean? And it was coming, but it was just the amount of tactic and know-how to try and take that on all the time. Honestly, it must be draining for them, but it just shows you how talented the squad is. And I seen Gio shouting for the touchline to keep going wide, get in about them. Just like I says, I felt the Hearts game was a good advert for Scottish football, but that the night, nothing against our team, but just see just no wanting to have a go and just sitting in and hoping for the break, because you could see the tactic, that whole thing where they put the ball at the top and O'Halloran was trying to get in and then McGregor had to come out and clear that. That was got to be their game plan, just to try and get a ball at the top and one chance and get their nose in front and then sit in for the rest of the game. It's just absolutely disgraceful football. But well done to our players for the perseverance and patience to try and get the goals. And they won like you says, after the 2-0, that they just wanted to sit into the game and see the game out, because they probably knackered themselves out with all the chances that they had to create to try and get their 2 goals.
In the first half, as I said, I thought Morelos should have scored that. I think he thought he was offside, mate, if I'm being honest. That's what it looked like to me, you know.
Aye, he stopped, didn't he, Ox? He kind of took a wee half-hearted touch, as if to say, I'm waiting for the whistle to get blown.
And then you play the whistle, put it in the net and let them blow up, you know.
Aye, exactly. That's the old saying, isn't it? Always play the whistle.
He should have scored the situations with Kent. Maybe he could have done a wee bit better, but I wasn't being overcritical of him a bit there. But what I liked about Ryan Kent tonight, he skinned the guy once, and then I think it was the third time he got it. He put a great cross in. So he's mixed it up. Then the defender's got a problem. Does he go? Does he stay? Because if he goes too tight, he goes by him. If he stands off him, he puts the cross in. GB, yeah.
Yep. The way that he had been playing previous to that, he was, like you say, he was totally getting shut down all the time. Whereas now, I think he's getting a better understanding under Giovanni. I don't know, maybe. But the whole, like you say, mixing it up. I just
think he's harder to mark, mate, because he's a bit wider. It means that the fullback's got to come out maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20 yards at times to get him. They become exposed. That's how you play wingers, mate. There's no point in playing wingers and putting them on with all the... Sometimes they can make things happen without getting the ball just because they come wide and the guys have got a decision to make, you know?
Aye. You know? And plus as well, he's looking for his teammates as well. I've been noticing, especially if it's no Owen, he's gone back to, he's passing it back the way for it to start again, or for it to go across to the right hand side and stuff like that. So he's no.
Oh, I've been told it's 10 o'clock, mate, and we've got to stop for a tune. The technical department insisting, mate, insisting. Okay, fair enough. Let's do it.
We've got Oxford, Bridgeman, JFK and Foxy on technicals, old school blue. Rangers Radio through and through, and they're putting on a show for you. Merry Christmas, Rangers Radio, and to your listeners all over the world. We are the people.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Sorry, we're going to keep playing that just to prove that Britain has not got talent. Right, okay.
And it's gone to number one, Knox. It's gone to number one.
So did Ernie. He drove the fastest milk cap in the West.
He's a rival.
But aye, good performance, good football. If I'm being critical of observing the game, I would have took Scotty Arfield off round about the hour mark because he'd been booked, mate. Obviously, we ended up with we made 2 substitutions, 1 Hope Warner's okay. Brought Patterson on, and obviously Bacuna for right. It makes sense because of that. I'd have brought Bacuna on for Scotty Arfield when we were 2-0 up when Scotty had been booked for about 60-65 minutes, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm. It did look a bit spent as well in energy. He does some amount of running, Ox, so it's we've got to be kind of careful with the players. We want to keep them fit and healthy, and that one with Borna at the end is a kind of worry because he was the one that was telling him.
We'll see, but I bet you Bridge will begin Arribo 11 tomorrow when he gives his view for the Bridge, yeah?
11 plus, Ox. He's on the form of his life now. And do you know something? See, you can tell that he's got no fear now. He was tracing down every ball, and he was trying to create a chance even when it wasn't on, and you can just tell he's so hungry now. I'm not saying the rest of the teams know, but he's definitely up there. He's probably, like I say, our top player now, I would say.
I think he was pushed hard tonight. I think he was pushed hard tonight to with Glenn Kamara, mate. He was exquisite for me. He made one mistake, he caught, but I just thought he made it happen all the time. He was pinging and moving it and just getting it, recycling it. I think they call it in the technical term, GB, and just making prodding all the time without being spectacular. For one criticism of him, I wouldn't say it's a criticism, it's an observation. I think he should try and shoot occasionally, mate. Yeah, occasionally.
Aye, there's a few times the shot was on, wasn't it, in the first half? All he had to do is put his laces through it, and you never know. You get a wee deflection, ball goes in the back of the net, especially when you're trying to open up that defence. You're as well as taking a dig because anything can happen in there. Keeper maybe no see the ball, something like that. But Glenn, the night, see some of the defending he was doing, and tracking back and stealing the ball off the players. That one that he got stole the ball off the boy, and the boy just basically chased him back and halved him. That was a booking. Aye, it just shows you how frustrated they were because how good we were. But again, he's another one that we had been like, what's happening to Glenn? What's happening to Glenn? And he's back to his proper position, proper playing where he should be, and then what we recognise him. Then Ox, to be fair.
I thought everybody get pass marks tonight for me, and there was some outstanding performances at times. Alfredo Morelos will be wondering how did I not get man of the match? Scored one and set one up. All right, Arribo was involved in that as well, but it's true, isn't it?
Aye, like you say, the contribution usually weighs up what your how you get the man of the match, and especially if you've got one and scored one and set up one. And his work rate, to be honest, in the full game was hard working. It didn't dip and all that. The only thing is, at the end, I seen he kind of pulled up a wee bit as well, so we need to watch.
That's because he missed the chip, mate. That's because he missed it. It's that old chestnut.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like
That's what Bridge does when he's going to the bar and you have to get it for him. He holds his leg and says, "Oh, sore leg, I'll get the next one." He does it, know what I mean?
See, you can't feel the way out of your eyes, eh?
Aye. Not that I'm being cynical or anything, but he looked alright after that, so.
Aye, true.
It was alright. They're not going to be doing much training now,
No.
It's all about just getting through the games and
recovering.
We've now got four games to go. We have the winter break, and hopefully now we can go in and take 12 points out of the next 4 games, mate, and that's what we're aiming. But we start on Saturday, and if we keep this form up, I'm no doubt we'll win. I'm not saying St Johnstone were the greatest team in the world. They're bottom of the league for a reason,
Mm-hmm. But it was still another clean sheet tonight, mate. I mean, that's Giovanni seems to pride himself on that as well. He wants the 0, as they call it, all the time.
Keep the 0. Keep the 0, and then everything else will happen for there kind of thing. And it's again, it's good to see he's getting back to that kind of way. I'm much prefer as being in control in defence, and then it does allow certain talents to progress, if you mean, like say Goldson and young Bassey again tonight. The one in the first half, he grabbed the ball, and I think 2 of them were going at him, and he just battered them off his shoulders. And he's a unit, isn't he?
He just took them on, and he was through. He put the pass through to Kent, and I think what was it? It was the first half. He ran, and they put the pass through to Kent, and I think Kent just the cross didn't come off. But Big Bassey was
a young bridgeman, mate.
Aye, with these shooters, the big broad shooters. Is that it? That what you recognise?
Exactly. He's a unit,
But it shows you the confidence of the boy wanting to do that. That's twice now he's took the ball and he's tried to create something for the team, especially at that point in time when we hadn't scored the first goal with that chance. So he was wanting to kind of take ownership and make something happen, and that's all you're asking for.
Aye. As I said, I thought there was everybody past marks, and some, and some great performances. Kent, particularly in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, Arribo and Kamara up to an hour were just exquisite at times, But everybody else helping them, mate, with the moving and the prodding, and it makes it easy when you've got the runners. Arfield and Hadji are making runs, and Morelos is making runs to open up space for you. But really pleased, I can see improvement in the team that I don't know if we thought it was there a few weeks ago, mate.
No, I think, even managers hinted that he's not had much time, but it just shows you what's going to happen when he does get a bit of time and a wee bit of more hours on the training pitch and stuff like that. I think this winter break is going to be really, really good for the squad, because I think Giovanni will even be able to put even more into it. But as it stands now, just going by game basis, they're definitely doing their homework. The team are taking on the instructions, and we're seeing improvement for obviously the coaching staff. The coaching staff are improving the players. Alfie, I would say, is probably more prolific than he's been in months. Joe Arribo, he was starting to come into that kind of form, being in that position, but I think now he's progressed even more under Gio. Scotty Arfield again, starting to be recognisable where he runs into the box and stuff like that. Just needs to be a wee bit more composure in front of the box for me. Well, but apart from that, it's good to see him back in a wee bit of form. So the full team being in form is it sets us up well for these 4 games, mate.
I'm enjoying watching the Rangers. Some of the football's exquisite, but that touch with Joe Arribo was just what would they call it now? What would me and my mates call it? We'd say it was sick.
Well, you used the word a while back saying je ne sais quoi. So
did I?
So I would use something like that, mate. It's something French, especially with that kind of football that he's playing in now.
All right.
The only thing, But the only thing I would say is, see, could they come this January? Is he going to be going away in this African Nations Cup thing?
Oh, only time will tell, mate. Only time will tell, you know.
For me, Rangers comes first with that auction. If the boys in the form,
mate? Can he stop him?
It's a sore one. That I don't know. Well, hopefully he'll decide what's right for him. But personally, I think, like I says, if he's on that kind of form, then I'd rather have him in the team winning matches for us, winning titles.
I think they'll only miss games if they get really deep in the competition, but I've not looked at the details, and there's rumours that it might be postponed or cancelled because of COVID, you know.
Aye, right, okay, aye. So I might not even come in. Aye.
But, I think Andy Felix has joined us. I'm not sure if he's in yet. Andy? No, he's not with us yet. He's just coming in. He'll just be getting himself some Coca-Cola.
What about overall, Ox? I mean, like, you must be, especially, I would have said, players that you're thinking that were about to be walking out the door, like, say, Barisic, when folk were right on his back, and that guy, Ox, is always, he's back to his best. He's back to the 55 form. Well,
I think they've been asked to play a different role, him and Tavernier. I mean, they still get forward, but notice they're not having to run 200 yards every few minutes, mate. No, running down 80, 90 yards to help with crossing and then run back to be in defence. So I think the games get easier for both the fullbacks. And I think it's making them look a wee bit more comfortable in their defending.
So basically back to simple football. Well, it's obviously good football, but you know what I mean? Basically the manager's probably said to them, I just want you doing what you're there to do. I want you to defend first and then attack.
Keep the zero, mate. Keep the zero.
Aye. Yep.
Keep the zero, you know.
That's the saying.
Play with the head, not with the heart, mate. Play with the head, not with the heart. Think about the game, you know. Think about the score when you make your runs, you know.
And that's where, again, Kent, for a while there, were like where he's just getting shut down. But it's good to see that. It's good to see.
We've got across you, mate. We've been joined by caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, bud. It's Andy.
All right, how you doing? How many numbers have you got?
Oh, I've got a few. It's not that anybody's after me, by the way. Like, you know.
Aye, that old chestnut. Aye, for security reasons, social security reasons.
Well, it's that banger Alec. He keeps telling me that I've got my devices are all crap, so I'll go out and buy other ones. Just to make sure. I don't know. I've got about 5 or 6 now. Bought a new bloody tablet last week. Oh, dear.
I've been telling you new tablets for ages, but that's a different story.
I know. I'm glad you said that, actually, because I need to take mine. I forgot tonight.
Right, give us your thoughts.
I thought we played all right there. Some good. I thought we had to be patient. Got the goal at the right time just before half time. You know, that settles the nerves right enough. Nice.
You went did you not go for 2-0? Am I right?
I was like 2-0, 3-1, but and then me and Jimmy were talking. I was going up to 4 and 5 then, but I
could have been.
It could have been, yeah. I thought the second goal was a cracking goal. I think they got a bit physical, didn't they? They were just trying to stay in the game and all that, so they started spoiling the game right enough. I think we had a 10-15 minute period there where we got a bit stupid in defence and all that. It looked a bit leggy at times there for that 10 minutes, and they upped it again. But overall, great performance.
Is that no fair? Is it no right that they should be like that group of players? I know there's some changes, but that's the third game in 6 days, mate.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say that. You beat me to the pun there. I mean, I could understand that right enough because, I mean, they're getting no sort of breathing time between the games at the moment, are they? So, you know, and again, another clean sheet. So, you know, that's impressive in itself. And then really laid nothing on his goal threat-wise, did they, apart from a couple of corners, you know, that was about it. But, yeah, it's good, like, going forward, like, you know, I mean, keep going. Hopefully the game goes on Saturday and we get another good win and then we set up
just keep winning, mate. Just keep winning. I mean, we've played 5 league games, mate, and he's won, what is that? That's 5. What did we win? 3-0. Dundee, wasn't it? Yeah. Then away to Hibs 1-0. Away to Livingston 3-1.
3-1.
Away at Hearts 2-0. Home to St Johnstone 2-0, you know. So we're racking up goals and we're not letting in goals, whereas before we were having to score two goals to win a game, you know.
Yeah, well, you were putting yourself under pressure all the time, weren't you? You know, whether you're having to come back into the game. Whether it's getting that goal now and keeping the clean sheets. Well, keep clean sheets. Even Souness said it when he came down. Get the defence right, the rest will follow. You know, and that's what he said it himself. Keep the 0.
I'm always telling the folks you should keep clean sheets, you know. You know, but you're right, mate. You keep the 0. Keep the 0. That's the buzzword. That's the buzzword, GB, innit?
Yeah, well, that's what he said, and that's what we cling to, isn't it?
Aye. Who shone for you tonight, Andy?
I thought Arribo was fantastic again. I know I've got your point with Arfield about, you know, being on the booking and all that, but I thought he did another great game. I know, you know, all the little stuff around it, you know.
I wouldn't have took him off because of form, mate. Mm-hmm. I'd have took him off for that reason, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought Big Bassey had a great game as well.
Aye, I agree, mate. You know. I agree. I thought
so they were the three that stood out for me.
Oh, I'll cut across here. Hello, how we doing? Is that Alec?
Yes.
Yes, mate. What's on your mind, mate? Thanks for calling.
Well, we done well tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And also, for Fredo Morelos has the first goal.
It was a good goal, wasn't it? I know the goal in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was the man?
And also, Ryan Kent.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he played well. The first half an hour particular, he was good, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. And you're going. Is he one of your favourites, Alec?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. First time you've called?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right.
Sometimes I phone in iBox Studio 1 about 10 o'clock, but I think it's not on tonight.
I don't know. It might be on later, mate. It might be on later.
Yeah.
But, right. Okay. What's your thoughts? Are you happy with Giovanni Van Bronckhorst?
Yes.
All right, mate. All right. And you're getting Ryan Kent man of the match. Who else did you thought played well?
And Fredo Morelos.
All right. Okay. All right. Have you got a message for the rest of the Rangers support?
I hope we still be winning the league every year.
Here, mate. Good to speak to you, Alec. You have to yourself, mate.
Right, thank you. Bye.
Cheers, buddy. Bye. Oh, that was a nice kill, wasn't it, Andy? Nice one, wasn't it?
Aye. He goes on regular on iBox Radio. He's all right, is Alec.
Aye, okay, aye. Oh, he obviously cares about the club, mate. Cares about the club. That's all we were asking for, Bears, isn't it?
Aye, definitely. We're all one, aren't we, at the end of the day?
Yeah. Aye, I thought. See that? Arribo pulled that ball in the air, mate. I thought the stadium was going to erupt, mate. Yeah.
You know, fantastic.
Oh, mate. You know, I wonder. I'm not going to go up Big Al now. I wonder what he thought of that performance tonight. You know, he's playing in that right role and he's joining in with attack. He's so powerful. He's so quick. He's so strong. He's got so much skill, GB.
Ox, to be fair, like when Arribo came, I knew he had skill and stuff like that, but I never thought that he would end up being like the number one man. I always thought like Ryan Kent would progress his skill level like what Arribo's done. And they him to Ryan. Ryan's got abundance, but I'm telling you something, I think Arribo will, dare I say it, Arribo will end up at a bigger club than Ryan Kent.
They're at the biggest club ever.
Aye, sorry. You know what I mean? Though, like, I think if he gets a move,
a bigger asset. You mean he's a bigger asset?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Yeah. Sorry. Aye.
Well, I mean, different kind of players. Kent's explosive, but Arribo, mate, he's so strong now. I didn't think he would have that, the heart and the strength when he first joined us. Fox picked him out for day one, and I think he's been proved right, Andy.
Yeah, Shug's, he was the same. You know,
Shug's a wise man.
Yeah, right from day one, he took a couple of looks at him, and he's pretty good at Shug. He's picking up players like that. Like, I remember saying, he looks a bit slight, like, he said, no, watch this guy going by. He's improving game on game, isn't he? I mean, he's a constant 8 at the moment, isn't he? Possibly 9 on some of the stuff. Well, I'd just taken that down. Hey, a Brazilian or somebody like that, they would have been showing that every minute of the day, wouldn't they?
Aye.
He's had a good grounding. He's had a good grounding because, for what I was told, that he was playing football basically in the 5-a-side pitches. That's where he learnt his skills and stuff like that. And see, when you look back, a lot of the top players, that's how they had the good close ball control and stuff like that. That's how they picked it up, because they were playing so tight with, like I says, their pals and all the rest of it. So it's probably no surprise that we're starting to see the fruits of that coming through in his football now, because he's so, see that ball, it seems to stick at his feet. You know what I mean, when he's in that box.
Anyway, we've been joined by Jamie. Evening, Jamie.
Hi, Ox. Hi, panel.
How are we doing, mate? All right?
I know, dead chuffed. I think everything's been going great since Gio came in. But I'm on the night to talk about Calvin Bassey in particular.
Oh, yes. I thought he was excellent tonight, mate. Excellent.
Aye, not just tonight, but since Gio's come in, he's deployed set back. I was on the show after the Falkirk game last year, and I said that I felt this was his best position at centre back. That's where I seen him, he's best suited to that position. So I should be doing a job in the coaching team, I think, to be honest. But we'll see. He's got plenty of good stuff, you know. But what I was wanting to say is, there's only one downside to Bassey now, is that he's looking to Goldson a lot. And you can see it sometimes. I noticed it particularly in the Lyon game, and then I noticed it tonight. Bassey should be a ball player, and you've seen it, I think, in the first half. He actually drove with the ball and he gained a foul in their half. A lot of times he's looking to just pass to Goldson. I think a lot of the team are doing that at the back, and I think Bassey should really be, the next step to his game is taking a bit of drive and actually creating, because I think he's got a good pass on him as well, and he's got the pace and the power just to see that space and go. And I thought Gio might have took him off the night, like at the last 5 minutes, just to give him that bit of recognition, because for me, I think he's been our best player the last 6 games, you know, or one of our best players.
I think he's done a great job for us. I'm still not convinced that he's a natural centre-half, because he's not the greatest that he done the ball, particularly at set pieces, but he's very, very young for that position, Andy.
Yeah, well, that's possibly it, right enough. But I mean, he's sort of like being thrown in there, right enough, and he's improved.
He's done well, mate. He's done really well.
He doesn't look out of place, does he? You know, he was a bit raw against the Hearts there on Sunday, right enough. But I mean, he kept going. He didn't get his heat down, as I said earlier on there. He looks to me like he wants to learn. I think he's going to be an absolute cracker for the Rangers. Whether he'll be centre half permanently, I kind of agree with you, but I think he might get moved out to left back, you know, if Barisic leaves or something like that, right enough, to get the two Balogun and the Big Eland that are coming back. So that'll be a conundrum for him to sort out, wouldn't it, you know? But well, hey, I hope he continues playing like that while he's in the team. And well, it's his shirt to lose now, in my opinion, just at this present time. I think he's playing really well. Just going up in that wee, but I don't think that's a bad idea, looking to Goldson or whoever's around him, you know, because he's wanting to learn, and he's asking if he's taking that up on board and he, you know, puts that into his game, then it'll be good for us and good for him going forward.
I think there's usually, and I'll go to GB with this. There's usually one guy is in charge of the centre back, one guy does the talking, one guy does the conducting, and it's Goldson. So he's got to listen to him. He's a leader because he dictates the line, he dictates the spaces. And Bassey will grow with confidence. I mean, I think he's been over the piece since Gio's come in. I'll go this for you, Jamie. For somebody who's been thrown in, he's been excellent. But within that excellence, he's had some average performances like Sunday. But tonight, he was very, very good. GB.
Well said, Ox. For me, for Bassey to get chucked into that centre-back position, when technically that's nowhere he's been trained today, and be so composed in it. I mean, if you think of some of the games that he's played for us at left back, and you think about the defeats that he's been involved in, you're like, that could be an absolute disaster. But the boys actually took it in his stride, and he's been, what it says, like Andy says, he's his shirt to us. But I do agree with Jamie. He does look to Goldson, and that is a concern, because what happens if Goldson's not there? I mean, has he learned enough, or does he always got to need somebody older there to kind of guide him through the games?
It depends who you who's the leader, mate. It doesn't mean if something happened and somebody else had to play there, Bassey can become the leader, but somebody's got to conduct the orchestra, mate. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes sense, Jamie.
I know, I take all the points on board. I do. It's just certain times I think the opportunity... Bassey's not the only one. We were talking about Kamara earlier on, where that opportunity shoots there. I think it's just a case of belief within some of our players, to actually take that risk. And I think Bassey and Kamara are two of our players at the now are a wee bit hesitant to take that risk, and that's the next step for these players.
Kamara's got to chip in with half a dozen goals a season when he gets the ball at the edge of the box that often, Andy.
Yeah, like you're looking for 10 or 15 from your midfielders, and then the strikers start doing the business, then you're not going to be far away. But like I say, with the Bassey one, he's young, so I used to look up with my dad. I used to ask my dad lots of questions, and then he gave me the wings to fly away, and part my own way of getting through life. So hopefully that'll happen with Bassey. I really do think he's got something, this boy. But like you say, the midfielders, well, you look for them to chip in goals, don't you? If they do that, then it takes the pressure off up top, and we're getting goals coming from everywhere. Then it's good, happy days for the Rangers. Hopefully, I think it'll come. Kamara does need to, get. He had a chance there where he got through, and he should have got a shot off there. There's a few guys in the box, could have got a ricochet or anything in back of the rigging. So, if he could bring that into his game, that would be better. He got a bit slack there in the second half, right enough. He did one of them pass backs and losing the ball and all that, but he had a good game all round, really. But he had, with that 10 or 15, we got a bit wobbly there, right enough. But you're going to get that in games, aren't you?
I think we just took a breath and they came in a wee bit without really threatening, Mm-hmm. You're always sitting there, we watch the clock and saying, don't let them score, but that's because you're supporters. If you actually watch it back, the more, Andy,
I don't watch back ups.
If you actually watch it back, the more, I won't be. The fact is that you'll see we weren't under any real danger. The only danger we had was when Alan dropped one. And I don't mean, he dropped the ball. But I think back to Jamie's point, Calvin Bassey, he hasn't let us down. That's 7 games under Giovanni Brown Walkhorst, 6 wins and a draw, Jamie. The stats speak for themselves.
I know, that's the form we want, really, and he's not let us down, and it's been great considering Balogun's injured and Hollander's injured, but when these guys are back fit, I really think we should just stick with Bassey until there's that obvious error on that, because I think he's got the pace, he's got the power. Okay, I can accept he's maybe not the best header of the ball, but hopefully that will come. I think this guy could be brilliant for us with the right guidance. The only thing I would say is that what I want to see for him now is just take that ball and drive, because he showed it the night he can do it. When a centre back steps in, we've got midfielders that will cover. Kamara will just drop in, if it's Ryan, Jack, Lundstrom, whoever it is. So I want to see either Goldson or Bassey go forward. And tonight I think it worked once, and I'd like to see it again. I think he's got that in his locker.
Well, he showed it. I mean, you had a 80-yard run, GB, at the end of the game on Sunday, didn't he?
Aye. And he nearly put it away too. And it was the same with the night, that run that he battered 2 of them out the road and then charged forward, put the pass out to Kent. He was in the box sitting waiting for the pass back just to finish it. He's no shy that way. I'll give him that. It's just there's always room for improvement in it. It's not so much in Arribo's game now, but everywhere else I would say there's always room for improvement.
If he was good tonight, then Jamie, Connor Goldson could have played smoking a cigar.
Aye, this is what we expect for Goldson. Like, he's a top centre half for our league, I think, and it would be nice if he would pay in a deal. But with that, I'm thinking if we win the league, I think he might sign. But he's looking for 60 grand, isn't he? Or he's looking to be one of our highest earners, and we can only afford to pay him that. I think we will offer him that if we win the league and qualify for the Champions League. I think that's the barrier.
I don't think there's anybody getting 60 grand a week at our club at the moment, mate. You know, we've been joined by AK. How we doing, AK?
Good evening, Oxshire. GB, Andy, Jamie. How we doing, boys?
You enjoy that, Alan?
Evening.
Yes, it was a pleasure to watch that.
I agree.
Gio is. I said a couple of weeks ago, Oxshire, he's brought a simplicity back to our team. You know, he's gave each individual their certain jobs to do.
You're right.
And just stick to the jobs.
You're right. That's a good way to go about things. I've made this show more simple. I brought you and Andy on, you know.
I see you met with Alex for Blackpool and you get a simple conversation with him and all.
Nah, he's one of your top men. Right, so who did you enjoy the night? Who did you enjoy?
I thought Arribo. I thought he was the star man on the park, but I thought Kent was outstanding. I thought Kamara was outstanding. I'm really, really actually pleased. I'm going to shock you here, but I thought Big Goldson was a colossus in the defence again. I think the new voice that we've got with Gio being in there, for me, it's like a teacher, a new teacher coming into your class, a new manager coming into your work. Instead of you being pally with the old manager and getting up to no good, he's brought a discipline back into the team and just tell you to do your job. And that seems to have worked for the team now because they're all going back to basics and doing what they done last year. And all of a sudden, we're swatting teams aside. We're no conceding, we're scoring, we're creating chances. It's like watching the team last year again, and that's what we wanted because we knew the levels we could hit.
Aye, I get it. I mean, he's got the mixing pot out. He's got the same ingredients basically, Andy, isn't he? He just mixed them slightly different, and lo and behold, we've got a magic cake coming out.
Yeah, well, it's the same, like you say, it's the same profile. As I said earlier on in the show there, I think what he's done is he's gone to them, you know, individually, the guys that he thought was a bit dodgy or whatever the case may be. He's got in their head and asked them whether they want to be there and all that, and he seems to have got them wanting to play for him, like, you know. So long may that continue. Look, if these guys stand up at the plate and they go on to win the league again, you know, that would be 2 in a row, so... You know, you want him to stay, don't you? And then you had the call. I think he's got a couple of guys in mind in January. He's kind of intimated that could happen, you know, if people go. So, you know, he'll have his own players as well. So if he keeps the players or gets them players, some of them players that I think's dodgy playing and puts his own, you know, talent around it and then blends it, you know, away we go.
All right. I'll cut across you. We've been joined by Henry. Evening, Henry.
Hi, guys. Hope you're all well.
Good, mate. Good on a bit for hearing you, mate. Give us your thoughts.
I've not been on for about a year. Just thought I'd chip in. Loving the comments. Absolutely great performance for the team tonight. A couple of wee points I'd like to pick up on, if you don't mind.
The floor's all yours, Henry.
Right. Bassey. Absolutely brilliant. Good player of the season for me. If we do lose Kamara or Kent or whoever, surely, in my opinion, Bassey could, if we get Hollander and Balogun back, Hollander, great defender, brilliant, love him bits. I think, personally, we could put Bassey in that centre where Kamara's been sitting in.
Wow.
And that would really solid our defence up 100%. We'll not lose any goals.
We're not losing any goals, but
in the last 7 games. last 7 games. Look at the games we lost before that.
We've only lost one in nearly 60 league games, mate.
I know. I'm maybe a wee bit half here on the players that are performing. But
6-0 league games since we've lost, apart from the D United. It's frightening, really. I don't see... Right. I'll go to GB with this. I love Big Bassey. He's becoming a cult hero, and we're all enjoying him, and he's doing really well. I don't see him as a defensive midfielder, but you never know, GB.
I didn't see Kamara as... I'd like to see him a wee bit more forward as well. But he's sitting holding the defence like a third centre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you guys go back, you have played the game a long time ago, right?
Aye, the ball was there.
Leather football, right? He's sitting brilliant. Van Bronckhorst's got the defence really solid. It's perfect. But if we might have to lose some players over the piece, right? You could move him in here. My worry is with... I'm not a lover left back.
He's played well this now. All right,
he's never scored a goal this season. He's no producing that. He's loving the jersey. I see all the things, but
cheers,
for me,
Henry.
He's no good enough.
I'll take that GB. I mean, I'm enjoying Big Bassey GB, but I don't know if he's ready to step into Kamara's shoe.
Well, Kamara's sitting
Henry. Your name's Henry. Just let it go to other people. GB.
Yeah, no problem.
Henry, I can understand the obviously the physicality side that you would see with Bassey sitting in there, but there's so many other players sitting on their bench. Like you had Lundstrom tonight. That's kind of got to be probably his position. You've got Davis.
For me, Lundstrom's never really done anything.
Henry, wait till your name's mentioned, all right? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
That's all right, mate. All right.
You've got Davis. You've got potentially Ryan Jack. So you've got 3 players there. I can't see us losing 3 players in January like that. And then you've got, I mean, for cover for left back, if it's not Barisic, then really you're needing Bassey in there as a cover. So I would much prefer him than keep doing what he's doing in defence, keep learning how to keep the back door shut, and then when he's called upon for that left side, he'll do a job going forward. He'll be able to defend and charge forward for us rather than maybe sit back too much. Because, see, to be honest, as Ox has said,
I think you picked me up wrong.
Henry, just let him finish, mate. Let him finish. Carry on, GB, and then we'll go to Jamie.
As Henry, as Ox has said, basically we've seen Bassey now grab the ball a couple of times and charge forward, and he's nearly scored. So it's a progression. But I certainly don't see him doing the kind of stuff that Kamara's done to Scott Brown. That's for sure.
Jamie,
Jamie,
you obviously like Big Bassey. You come on and sung his praises, and we agreed with you. But I don't think he's ready to step one on at the moment, mate. You never know in the future. Jamie.
Yeah, so I think some of our players probably could play multiple positions. Bassey maybe down the line, but he's only just learning centre back. So I think if he just focuses on that now, I think that might probably be his strongest position. And I can see him lasting longer at Rangers than the likes of Balogun at the moment. He's only on like another 6 months. So I think Bassey at the moment, I think we should look to him to be competing with Hollander for the left centre back role. Just quickly before you go back to the other callers, someone made a comment there in the last 5 minutes about Gio coming in and maybe no being Goldson's friend or no being Tav's friend. When Gio's getting interviewed now, he's not using the first names, he's using his surnames. So I don't think he's the type of manager that is very friendly with the players, and I think that's been the kick up the backside that some of the players have needed. And I agree with that caller that's just said that. I really do think he's been that stern manager, and that's what some of the players needed. And the squad's not changed since that Hibernian game. You know, our squad have got ability for the champions, and this is exactly what we needed. And I think we just need to kick on now and just keep this going.
I'll go to our multiple positions expert, Andy.
No, I would leave him where he is, left back or centre half where he's going. I wouldn't be putting him in midfield now. That's a big part of the play, isn't it? You know, and he's still a young boy. I think he could do damage even if he's
still learning.
Right to do that.
He's still learning. Yeah. Your final thoughts, Henry?
If you don't mind, I'll come back on that one. Right, the guy's been absolutely exceptional, right? Kamara. Well, as you've said it before, sometimes people have a bad game.
Of course, mate.
Right.
Of course. Even myself.
Now, we're playing Kamara really deep. He's just defending where I would have Davis or Lundstrom. Okay? You weigh that? Now, there was a caller on there a minute ago saying that some people are coming to the end of their careers, and the three persons he mentions, their careers are finished now at Rangers, which is unfortunate, really unfortunate. Davis is too old. He's been a great servant for the people, right? Lundstrom's not done it, and Jack, I really feel sorry for Ryan Jack, I really do, because I think he was one of the best players I've seen in the Rangers jersey.
Right, cheers, Henry. Thanks for the call, mate. We catch you soon.
Okay. I'll phone back again.
Cheers, mate. Always good to hear from Henry. Look, I hope he's rang about Ryan Jack. Lundstrom, look, I get that. The jury's still out. But let's talk about the guys that were on the park tonight. AK, some of the football for the first hour was exquisite, wasn't it?
It was, mate, it was. And as George Fieke says, swashbuckling.
Swashbuckling, yes. Swashbuckling.
Aye, it was a good way to describe it tonight again. And I thought we should have been 2 or 3 goals up at half time, Oxford, you know. I think we're just learning to punish teams again, you know, to get that confidence flowing through the team. We're creating brilliant chances. I mean, Ryan Kent looks on fire again. He's got his mojo back. And with Arribo in the other wing, Hadji's trying like a bear. Morelos is smiling there again. It's looking good, pal, isn't it?
Did you see Morelos when he made that goal? Did you see Kent and that laughing at him? Don't know if you picked that up.
Aye. By the way, what a burst of pace as well. Where did that come from? Absolutely brilliant. Man to run up the wing there.
Right, if you chaps don't mind, can you just go on mute? Because we're going to hear from your manager, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Give us your thoughts after the game.
Well, game we expected. A tough game with, a good, well-organized St. Johnston, who are, bottom of the league. But today, I think they had a really good performance. I think we started really well, created some good chances to go one up, but didn't make the chances into goals. After that, we didn't create as much. It was difficult to find the spaces. Of course, scoring the 1-0 just before halftime was very important. And then second half, I think we could play a little bit more the way we want. Finding 3 players between the lines and get the passing game we want to stretch the opponent. And created some good chances and also scored a good goal from one move.
You must have been pleased with the patience of the side, to knock on the door, and have to wait almost half time to get the breakthrough.
It's normal because they will defending like St. Johnston did. It will cost a lot of energy. Eventually their energy levels will go down, and then we can attack the spaces more. The spaces they will ultimately will leave us, and I think we did that really well the second half.
And 5 goals and 6 appearances for Fredo Morelos since he came in.
Yeah, I'm happy with his goals today. Also important, the first goal, but also the assist he gave on Ryan. We want our strikers to be in the box whenever there's danger. We want to be there and to create chances for all our players. And I think it was a a deserved goal at the time of the match. And, Ryan had to be there, and he was.
I'm sure you're pleased with another clean sheet. You're yet to fall behind as a manager of Rangers, and I'm sure that's a really good base to go on, kick on and win games.
Yeah, that's what we want. It's we want to keep the 0 and to, that's very important for our game. Try to create chances to go 1-0 up, and so far we do really well, and it's also the focus we have to have also on Saturday.
And finally, for Saturday on to Dundee United, another home game.
Yeah, another 2 days of rest. We have, but we had it before. Now it's time to prepare well for Dundee United come Saturday, and we have to be there at 3 o'clock. And so we will prepare them well, and from the whistle we go all in.
We go all in. Keep the 0. He likes that, Andy, doesn't he? Keep the 0.
Oh, he does. It's his big buzzword, isn't it? Right enough. But like I say, if you don't concede goals 99% of the time, you'll win the game, won't you?
Aye. But you can't lose, can you?
That's the fact.
Aye. And he has tightened up. I mean, that's 7 games now. We've lost an own goal in Leon and one at Livingston. That's it, mate. In 7 games, it's no bad for him, is it, for the defence?
No, you only get stronger and you get confidence off of that. So the long way it continues. There'll still be a game, where we go behind again, or we'll go tight, but. I think this team's got a resolve now that they will come back. I mean, we're not going to win every game. That don't happen, but it's positive. To think from where we were against the Midfield in the semi-final. And Christ, we were all suicidal, weren't we? Football's a funny game, innit? It soon turns around.
Bizarrely, Andy, and I know it still hurts and it still rankles. We know we can play better than that and we let ourselves down, but could it have been a blessing in disguise for the whole season?
It looks like it, doesn't it, as it stands at the moment. There's a long way to go, right enough, but the signs are positive in my opinion. Right? I think we can get better, and as we said in the pre-match tonight, I think we're going to batter somebody somewhere along the line.
All right, we've been joined by Warren. Evening, Warren. Evening, Warren. Oh, he's not with us. I think you're right, Andy. I think he's right, AK. Somebody's going to get it down, then Jamie.
Hopefully, mate, and hopefully it's not too far away, because, listen, we've kind of pegged the goals back on them anyway. So I think there may be only 1 or 2 goals in it. But see, the only frustrating thing tonight, pal, we should be 6 points ahead. Did you see that up there?
I can't control it. I don't want to talk about it. You might hear me getting upset.
Honestly, that was a joke. 4 minutes added and they scored in the 97th minute.
Yeah.
A disgrace for the referee.
Oh, has that been up with 4 minutes? Was 4 minutes added and they played 97? Is that the story, is it?
Correct, yes.
All right.
Absolute disgrace.
Evening, guys.
How we doing, Warren? All right, mate?
Aye, good, Ox. Yourself?
Aye, good to hear from you, mate. What's on your mind?
Well, I was actually usually going to say something, but talking about injury time, up at that joint, it was 2 minutes on Saturday. I noticed that, and I think it was 6 tonight. Anyway, that's here and there. Well, I want to say, Ox, I thought Rangers played really well tonight, and were progressively, under Gio, with Gerrard, we always said there's not been a big performance this season. But the football was great tonight. I really enjoyed it.
We've had some great performances at times, even under Gerrard. At home against Hearts, we were really good for about 70-75 minutes. The night for the first hour, I've got to say, the pass, the movement was brilliant, Warren. It was brilliant. I know we weren't playing against Real Madrid, but they were all in the last third, and we were still controlling the ball, and the movement was great.
Yeah, I think it's it's progressive. As we were talking earlier back at Hibs game, we thought, crikey, the bums fell out it all. We got a couple of results, Livingston, Easter Road, but the performances are coming and we're looking good. And we were a wee bit tonight. The league was almost done. but that's their worry. They've got to worry about that. We're playing great, and I'll tell you something. Under Gerrard all season, Ox, I was not happy, growling every performance Rangers played. But it's looking good just now, I reckon. It's looking really good. We're playing well.
Yeah, I'll take that question to our happy-go-lucky caller, Andy.
Yeah, as I said there 2 minutes ago, we can only go forward. we can only go forward with the way we're playing, and as I say, we keep it. How quick they were getting the ball off at each other was quite impressive tonight. If we get behind them and pull away defences out like we're going to do, somebody's going to get stung off us. I'm pretty convinced of that. It's coming. Hopefully it'll be the game before the shutdown. Let's go for that one.
All right. That'll do me. Jamie, Warren's right, but
definitely I would say that since Gio's come in, we're playing our best football of the season. What I would say is that when we're talking about someone's going to get a doing, I'm not used to this team getting into a doing, really, apart from Hamilton 8-0. We've not really been getting 3, 4 or 5 goals against teams sometimes.
6-1 at Fir Park, no a doing.
I guess, but that's our only result this season. I think that we've won. In fact, that was the first for a while where we had won by more than one goal, if I recall. That this team seemed to be, get in front and it's more passive and just control the game. I see that in a lot of the players, and goal difference might come into it this season because Celtic don't seem to be dropping points, and they're a wee bit depleted. And guys are saying there about the stoppage time tonight. I watched both games at the same time tonight, and Celtic TV had 4 minutes up, but it wasn't 4 minutes. The referee added 6 minutes on because of their injury time. So we can't really complain about that sort of stuff, and that's not the type of support we should be. We're refereeing decisions, etc. At the end of the day, we need to focus on what Rangers are doing, and I think we should be trying to get as many goals and get as many points as possible, because it's going to be a stronger challenge this season.
Aye, but if we win the next 4 games, we'll see where it takes us, mate. If we win the next 4 games, we could be 10 points clear.
Yeah.
And that's how this is squeaky bum time of the season. It's exciting, AK. It's exciting.
Well, the games are coming thick and fast, definitely. But we seem to have gathered a wee bit of momentum now, and we're just looking forward to every game. And maybe we used to be a wee bit of trepidation. Oh no, we've got them away. Oh no, we've got them. Now we're looking forward to the games. I'm going to the game on Saturday myself. Managed to get tickets with my boys, so I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully we put on another strong performance, get the 0 and get a few goals. That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. You're going yourself. There'll be other people there, mate. Don't worry about it. But listen, you're right. We are looking forward to the games, Warren. It's a marked improvement in the football, and we're honest. We weren't playing well before, and we are playing well now. It's as simple as that, mate.
Definitely, Ox. As I say, all season, from August onwards, we're thinking, the next game, we'll get a big performance. It'll kick us into gear. It wasn't coming, and I'll tell you, see when the fella left, we're all a bit downhearted, but it's a blessing in disguise. I think it's turned out to be. See, if Gerrard was still there, do you think we'd have been through all these games, went to Easter Road, went to Hearts, we would have won, and playing the way I know it's only St Johnstone, but I really enjoyed the way Rangers played tonight, and I think we're building up momentum, and honestly, I think we're on a bit of a roll just now. We are players like Kamara's come back on it again. Obviously, Joe Arribo, Ryan Kent was outstanding tonight, and I've been a big critic of Alfie, big critic of him. Crikey, boy scoring goals. What I like about him is his football. See, 20 yards out, see, he passes along across the pitch, always finds a man. 9 times out of 10, it's actually amazing. I'm really pleased the way Rangers are playing. As I say, the other fella said, they're building up momentum. And I get in to the eye of the storm, and we're the ones that's got the momentum. We're no scraping wins with 8 minutes injury time. We've got the momentum, and hell mend Endate Stone's more path. There you are. There's a few words for that Reverend here.
You feel better for getting that off your chest, Warren?
Aye. Ops, you know. We're on the charge, you know.
Aye, good on you, mate. Aye, I get it. Momentum. It's all these W's, Andy, in front of her. Win. Keep the zero, score goals. Simple, innit?
Yeah, of course it is. It doesn't matter, whatever they do, as long as we match it. They ain't winning the league. There's only one team winning it, aren't they? So, keep going forward. Well, I mean, like the guy said there, we do tend to do that. I think we've been like that even through the years when we're good teams. If we get to a couple of goals up or 2 or 3, we tend to play out the games, whereas they usually go and try and punish teams, in the past. So I'd like to see Rangers do more of that, because I think they can. We control the game at 2-0. You only lose a goal, 2-1.
At certain times, mate, but this is the third game in 6 days,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do agree. I mean, we need time, although it's great getting all these games coming, but look forward to games. That's what it's all about, watching the Rangers play. But he does need time to get on the training field with him and impart some of his ideas, over a long-term period, so that he can get in and ask a wee bit more of the players, whereas it's just blood and thunder at the moment, and it game after game after game. But, that's the way the fixtures lying at the moment, so that's what we'll have to do. But, no, look, it's good. I mean, I'm not getting carried away. Look, just keep going forward, keep winning, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I'm going to let Jamie and Warren have the last words of the night. Jamie?
No, thanks a lot for having me on tonight. Love the show, even though I don't call in a lot. I still listen almost every night. So I love what you guys are doing. I do think since Gio's come in, it's been 3-4 times better than what we were getting under the previous management. I think that had gone stale. So onwards and upwards.
Good word here. That's doing March, mate. I appreciate it. What about you, Warren?
Right, hi, cheers, Rox. Can I just say, tonight it's been great to on the call break bread with Andy for Leeds. He's an old vodka man like myself, and it's good to go on a call. I didn't get a chance to say hello to him. We've had a good night. The night Rangers we're on the march, and it's great to. I like the old calls that call in regularly. Ox, big fan of all that, and just say hi to Andy for Leeds.
All right,
I say to you, Warren.
When it comes to vodka, Andy's an amateur, mate, as he's going to find out.
I know,
right,
bring it on. Bring it on.
We'll see.
I'm already put you away.
Oh, right, that's right.
Anybody that's listening, we're in lobby, RangersRadio.online. It's all working. If you want to come and join us on there, and you'll chat with me and Bears all the time when the show's on. Can I thank you all for your kind words? I thank the 2 Alex have joined us, GB. Who else joined us? The 2 Alex. Who did I miss? Who have I missed? I missed somebody. Oh, Henry. Thanks, Henry. Thanks to Andy. Thanks to Jamie. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. But thanks to Joe Arribo for entertaining us. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. And we'll be joined by the one and only Linda. Take it away, Old School Blue.